Hello, sports fans. Andrew Rogers here for TST Total Sports Talk. I am your host for the show. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really excited because it's the start of the NFL season. Starts tonight in New England between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. The New England Patriots are raising the banner tonight after winning the Super Bowl at the end of last season. It goes at 8:30 over on NBC. I believe they're starting the uh, Super Bowl banner raising ceremony a little bit earlier than 8:30. I think they're starting it around 7:30. So hopefully kickoff will happen right at 8:30 over on NBC between the Patriots and the Chiefs tonight in Game One of Week One of the entirety of the NFL season. It gets underway tonight. This is your game picks for the Week One NFL schedule. I'm going to be giving you these every week and compiling my record to see how good I do over the course of the season. So let's get straight to it. In the game's opening matchup between the Chiefs and the Patriots, I have chosen the Chiefs to dethrone the Super Bowl champs, the reigning Super Bowl champs in the first game of the Week One schedule. I believe they will prevail in this one. Look for them to have a massive game and somehow pull out the victory at the end of the day. Moving on to Sunday's games, we have the Jets and the Bills. I've taken Buffalo at home. I like Buffalo at home in this matchup. LaShawn McCoy should run ramshot over the New York Jets defense all day long. Tyrod Taylor has actually been cleared for this game. He cleared concussion protocol and will start for the Buffalo Bills. That's good news in that one. Philadelphia Eagles are in Washington to face off against the Redskins. I like Kirk Cousins. I like Deshaun Jackson. I like this well-balanced Washington Redskins team, especially Jordan Reed, the tight end. I like them in this matchup against the Eagles. The Oakland Raiders start their season on the road in Tennessee against the Tennessee Titans. I like the Oakland Raiders. Boy, are they going to be good this year, and I like them in the first week against the Tennessee Titans. Derek Carr looks poised to have a phenomenal year after going down late last season with an injury. I look for him to have a massive game against Tennessee. I could see him throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns at least in this one. Raiders over the Titans. Jacksonville Jaguars are into Houston to face off against the Houston Texans. A lot of factors there. You have obviously Houston recovering from Hurricane Harvey. They'll have all the momentum on their side given the matchup and given the fact that it's in their home stadium, which was believed to be an afterthought when Harvey was running ramshot over the state of Texas. So yeah, look for that, and also the return of J.J. Watt. And I don't believe there's a way the Houston Texans lose this game. So I'm picking them over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Arizona Cardinals are into Detroit to face the Detroit Lions. Matt Stafford, he just inked a massive extension that makes him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I believe that he'll come out sharp, and I believe that the Detroit Lions will prevail in the first game of their season against the Arizona Cardinals. Atlanta Falcons are into Chicago to face Mike Glennon and the Chicago Bears. That's right, Mike Glennon. Jay Cutler's retired and joined Miami. Their game was postponed, but we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons. Last year in the Super Bowl, that epic collapse against the Patriots, they're going to be hungrier than ever this year. They will come out and absolutely destroy the Chicago Bears by a lot. This game's not even going to be close. Pick the Falcons all the way. Baltimore Ravens are starting their season on the road in Cincinnati against the Cincinnati Bengals. I like Andy Dalton, AJ Green, and the whole group over there. They should come out victorious in this matchup. Take the Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh Steelers are on the road in Cleveland against the Cleveland Browns. How can you stop this high-powered offense that will probably be on full display for the Pittsburgh Steelers all season? Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. This group is going to be absolutely dynamic. Not to mention, Joe Hayden, former Cleveland Brown, was cut by the Cleveland Browns, signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He makes his return to Cleveland in the first game of the season. He'll be ramped up and ready to go all Pittsburgh all the time in this one against the Cleveland Browns. That concludes your 1 o'clock games. The 4 o'clock slate starts with Indianapolis Colts on the road in LA against the LA Rams. LA Rams are always tough at home. I know they got Jared Goff under center, and he's probably going to struggle, but Todd Gurley will find a way to make sure the Rams come out victorious in their first game of the season. Pick the LA Rams over the Indianapolis Colts. No Andrew Luck. That's kind of an easy pick there. One of the juiciest matchups of all of Sunday goes at 4:25 over on Fox between the Seattle Seahawks, who are on the road in Lambeau, against the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers and the boys look ready to go, and they will bring it all day long onto the Seattle Seahawks defense. This will be a tight matchup. It really will, but expect Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to come out victorious. My pick is the Green Bay Packers. Finally, you got the Carolina Panthers. They're on the road in the Bay Area against the San Francisco 49ers. Brian Hoyer leads the 49ers now under center at the quarterback position. Carolina, Cam Newton has a ton to play for this year. He struggled mightily last year, and he will look to come out on fire in the opening game and make a huge statement. Expect Carolina Panthers to win this one. Look out for also their stud rookie running back Christian McCaffrey to have a big game against the porous 49ers D. Finally, Sunday nighter game, 8:30 over on NBC, is a massive and phenomenal primetime matchup between the New York Football Giants and Eli Manning against Ezekiel Elliott. That's right, Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. Elliott, his suspension was upheld 6 games, but he will suit up because the ruling wasn't brought in on time. Ezekiel Elliott will suit up game 1. His suspension will probably most likely kick in week number 2, and he will sit the full 6-game suspension he was handed. But he will play in week number 1. I like the Cowboys regardless of whether Elliott's in there or not. Dak Prescott, Dez Bryant, they're going to have a massive game against the New York Football Giants. Cowboys over the Giants in the 8:30 tilt on Sunday night. Moving over now to the Monday games, there are 2 of them. The first one is probably the game of the week that sees the New Orleans Saints, and not just Drew Brees, but Adrian Peterson, traveling back to the place he played for a decade. Minnesota Vikings are the opponent. It's in Minnesota at 7:10 Monday night over on ESPN. Adrian Peterson will have a field day in his old stomping grounds. Drew Brees will throw for a phenomenal amount of yards, and the Saints will prevail over the Minnesota Vikings in that one. And finally, our last game of the week 1 schedule has the LA Chargers on the road in Denver versus the Denver Broncos. Trevor Siemian under center for Denver. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, Denver bringing in Brock Osweiler at a significant pay cut from what he signed in Houston when he left. He will be the backup. Trevor Siemian the starter. They still have a lot of weapons. C.J. Anderson is back and healthy. Expect them to come out on top of what could be a very surprising LA Chargers team this year. If Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, and Keenan Allen all stay healthy, they're going to need them all to be competitive in a very, very strong AFC West division. But expect the Broncos to come out on top against the LA Chargers in the first week 1 game for both of those teams on the season. That goes at 10:20 on Monday, September 11th, also on ESPN. And that is your week 1 game picks for TST, Total Sports Talk. Andrew Rogers signing off, and we'll see you next time.